Well, hello YouTube, and welcome to the channel. My name's Lucas Burton. Um, I work now as a personal development coach, and in the past, I was a mental health and addictions therapist for about 21 years. And welcome. So yesterday we talked a little bit about letting go and following that process through, and that these things come up um, in the course of working on yourself, because personal development is a daily thing, and sometimes we forget that that means you go a little bit forward and then sometimes you go back, and it's okay when you go back. But working with individuals for a while, and myself, you get going really good and you think things are good, and you have a few stumbling blocks, and it's like, forget this, I'm not doing this anymore, I'm done with this personal development BS. I'm not working on myself anymore. And you figuring out, as they would say, the juice is worth the squeeze. You're worth it. And that's where a lot of people stumble. And myself as well stumbled in the past, where you don't actually know your worth. You believe you do, but when push comes to shove, are you really worth the hard work? Are you really worth, doing this for? I imagine you would probably do all kinds of hard work for anyone else that was in your life, that cared about you, that loved, and you would do that for them. But when it comes down to you, there's always that divide, right? Well, we'll use the gym. I'm gonna go to the gym, but the kids need this and the kids need that. It's like, okay, so how can you make that still happen for the kids and you still get in your time? How do you manage that? Because when you realize, if you've made that a goal for yourself to get physically fit, nothing can stand in the way of that. And because then you have to change your idea of what physically fit is, and also what a workout looks like, right? Like, I love CrossFit. It's great. I love going, but if I can't make it, then it's finding time to maybe do some sit-ups at home, push-ups, or going for a nice walk. And you get moving, right? You find ways to keep moving, right? To keep you as the center, right? And that doesn't mean it's a challenge, right? When the kids come up, because there'll be guilt comes up. I've taken time out for myself, or shame, or the judgments of others, right? And they will judge you for it, right? People will do it. Of course they do. I'm sure you've done it. I know I've like, oh, what are they doing? They should be doing this with their kids. And then you catch yourself and like, stop doing that. But people will judge you for it. And that's when you realize your worth is more to you than the opinions of others. Because really, their opinion of you is none of your business. And like, think about that. If you stop worrying about what people think about you, like, you get a ton of room up there, right, in your mind and in your thinking. You're not always like, what do they think about me? Oh my goodness, this and all that. You get so focused on that other stuff. And those are the things that you can't control, right? You can't control what people think of you. You can be a good person, and I'm sure you are, but you can't actually control what they think of you. I mean, how many times have you done what you thought was right, and other people judge you for it? And you're like, but I did what I thought was right. And all their opinions come in. Like, you can't control what people think of you. It'd be great if you could. I mean, it would be and it wouldn't be, but you can't. No more than they can control what you think of them. Right? And so that becomes the part where control what you can control. You can control your effort and how much time you put into things, but you can't control other people. And that's that part of letting go, right? You letting go of wanting to control other people. And not only letting go of that, and what I'm talking about with control is that, how many times do you wish someone would just magically call you, or that, say, a relationship, a friendship is breaking up, and you're like, you know, I wish I could make them call me because I miss them. Like, you can't control that. You know, you can't make people do things they don't want to do, because if they wanted to do it, they'd do it, right? Just like you would. If you wanted to do it, you'd do it. And so back to that sort of figuring out that mindset of, you know, control what you can control, you know, become the focus. And that doesn't mean you abandon other people in your life. It just means that you're the focus of things. So maybe you can't go out with your friends because you're focusing on yourself, right? Or, you know, if you're driving your kids to a practice, maybe while they're at practice or something, you're out walking around while they're doing their thing. Right? There's usually a way to figure it out if you want to, and sometimes there's not a way to figure it out that you can think of. It doesn't mean you can't ask anyone else. So what do you do when things get really crazy and you don't seem to have any time for yourself to work on your goals or what it is you want to accomplish? Well, I do this, this, and this, right? And so it's opening you up to that conversation about talking about yourself and what you're trying to do, which also brings up, you really start to see that you're worth something. Now think about that. You're worth something, right? You're worth working on if you want to, but you have to believe it as much as I'm saying it. Anyways, I hope that was helpful. I don't know if it was, but like and subscribe if that's your thing and you want to do that. You know, what can I say? I hope you have a fantastic day, and we'll see you again. Take care.